Hi, this is Math for Real People. Now this is still part of the Algebra 1 series, Algebra 1, Chapter 1, Section 2, and like I mentioned before in the first video, I'm kind of making it up from the stuff that I've already taught and been in different schools. So you should already know about expressions. That was the first part. The second part was the order of operations, so you should already know that. And so what I'm going to show you in this video right here is Chapter 1, Section 2, the second part of it. The order of operations was the first part. And this part is evaluating expressions. Now it sounds scary, so stop being scared, stop being afraid, because here's what's happening. Evaluating the expression means they gave you the expression, meaning variables with numbers with operations. And then they told you what the variable was equal to. They want you to plug it in. That is evaluating the expression. So think no more about it except for this. Where you see an x, you plug in a 1. So you have 3 times 1 minus 1 plus 2. And now you will follow the order of operations. That is all. So now you have to know, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, and don't forget these two are from left to right, and these two go from left to right. So we go ahead and do that. So there's no parentheses, there's no exponents, so we say multiplication or division from left to right. Well, there's a 3, there's nothing else. And then from left to right, we do addition and subtraction. So 3 minus 1 will give me 2, plus 2 gives me 4. So if that seemed pretty fast, remember, just replay this video and you will get it. I know it if you just think about it. So evaluate this expression. Well, there's 2 variables. How dare they do that? It's okay. It's okay, because watch this. You're just plugging it in and you're saying an A is equal to 8. They are giving that to you. So think no harder about it. The B was equal to 3. They gave that to you. You plug it in. And now you do order of operations. So the only step different from order of operations is the expression, and then they told you what it was equal to. So once you plug it in the right spots, you're back to where you started with order of operations. Parentheses are done first, so 8 minus 3 gives me 5. I rewrite everything else because I like to show my steps. I know you do too. And then you have 5 times 5, which is 25, plus 2, which is 27. Bam, 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 bam. You are done evaluating those expressions. Let me show you one, maybe 2 more things here. All right, so here's one more example that you can pause this and try it on your own. But you also have to know the exponent rules. So that's also going to be linked in the blog. So if you haven't checked out the blog yet, it'll show you everything in order. The videos will be in order at www.mathhelpforrealpeople.com. And that's where it lists it all. So what you want to do is make sure you understand the rules for exponents, but also you're plugging it in and doing order of operations. So let's plug it in first. So here's what they will have when they give you a problem like this. You plug in your x and your y, so you have 3 times 7, you keep the parentheses. I just plug everything in first. I don't even worry about what's happening. I just say there's a y, I put a 7. There's an x, I put a 3. All right, now do order of operations, which is please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, and remember left to right. And so we do parentheses first, so 3 times 7 is 21. That's going to be a big one. And then we're going to keep rewriting everything else. And then we do exponents. So what in the world? What is 21 squared? Remember, 21 squared means 21 times 21. So we get out our wonderful calculator and we do 21 times 21, not 21 times 2, as some people like to try to do. So that's 441. plus 7 minus 12 plus 3. 441 plus 7, it's adding and subtracting from left to right, so now we literally go from left to right like we're reading a book. We get 448. So now we need to minus 12, and then we'll add 3. So 448 minus 12. I have to write this one out old school way. 436. I just did that part. And then I add my last 3. So I get 439 for my final answer. And now the last thing I will show you for evaluating expressions is a story problem, of course. Now this one says, write an expression, so we have to write an expression first, for the amount of money you would have left after depositing 3/4 of your babysitting money into the bank. So you babysit and you're putting 3/4 of that money into the bank every time, and then they want you to evaluate, meaning figure that out. How much will that be after $50, $100, and $200? How much will you have in the bank? So a real world situation using some algebra to get you used to it. So you would say 3/4 of, whenever you say of, that means what operation? Am I going to add, subtract, multiply, or divide? And you will say multiply. So 3/4 of my babysitting money. There's your expression, 3/4 of the money. So now you need to figure that out if M is 50. So you can do this in your calculator, 3 divided by 4 times 50. Or you could do 0.75, because everybody knows 3/4 is 0.75, right? Times 50, and it gives you the $37.50. If you do 3/4 times 100, you can do 3 divided by 4 times 100, or 0.75 times 100. You move that decimal over and you should know it's $75, right? Right? And then the 3/4 times your last one, which is 200. Hopefully you are retrying this if you didn't try it on your own already. So 200 times 0.75 gives you $150. Double check it in your calculator. Try these again. Remember to comment if you liked this explanation and subscribe to the page. Thank you. Well, the channel. You know what I'm saying.